Welcome to Short Comic Introduction. Today we have another first look at a relatively newcomer on the web. And I thought, why not give some thoughts about it, and what I'm thinking about it, where it will go, and if I would recommend to start with it. So let's talk a little bit about the comic called Danger Zone 1, written by Midnight and the art done by Katsu. The comic, like I said, is a relative newcomer, and it started in June 2016, so it's now nearly a year on the web and gets its updates every Sunday. The story follows Rena Saffron, who just finished the police academy and starts her first day as an officer at Palace City PD, where she gets partnered with Madison Winter, the so-called loose cannon of the Special Crime Unit. With such, let's say, great nicknames like Maniac and Ice Queen. I know your first thought now would be, oh my god, this sounds like your standard cliche buddy cop story, comic, movie, and like all these other stories that are out there. And I have to say, at first glance, that was also my when I started reading it and I saw the about page. Then I thought, okay, maybe it's not. It's just a little bit. It's a standard. Like I said, it's a standard story. But there are a lot of details put in there that deviates it a lot of that. So it starts like this, or it may seem like your cliche buddy cop storyline, but believe me, there are a lot of details and things that make it more self-aware, and let's stand it out of these other storylines in this case. It's okay. It's still relatively new, and we are still at the beginning. But I see a lot of potential that this one will be its own kind of thing in the future. Let's just say it this way: when Rhea introduced herself to her chief, there is a small detail after that where you can see where this what I mean with self-aware. And even when she meets her partner at first, then there's also some sentences that may, let's say, that at first glance don't have to do with something and may seem a little bit too obvious in this case, but when you read it, you will see what I mean. I don't want to give everything away, like always. Yeah, though, like I said, definitely try it out. Another thing I really appreciate about this comic, or let's say I really like, are these two really very different personalities of Rena and Madison. One more is happy-go-lucky, naive kind of personality, and the other one more is very, let's say, more strong bad cop sense of person. But yeah, like I said, even if it's a cliche, if it's at first glance cliche, then it's done right in this case, and that's why I not stopped reading with it and want to see more about these two. There's like I said, there's a lot that at first glance seems like something you have seen a lot, but goes in a little bit different direction. So definitely check it out. Another thing I really love about this comic, and that's something I would say isn't done very often, even if many artists or creators have the possibility. Let's just say, if you read it and you're finishing a page, don't stop and continue reading what's been below in the comment and notes section, because here we get a lot of extra information through diary pages, emails, and notes that you get a little more background to the world, background to certain characters, how they see a specific way of things, and that's something I really appreciate when I get more information about a world than just what the characters see. It's like I said, it's something I know some artists and creators do, but it's still something very few really use, and you don't need to write a lot of essays in there, but sometimes just small information parts make the connection a little bit more. So yeah, definitive great idea, great to see that there are still people out there or creators out there who do this, and yeah, definitive check it out in this case when you start reading it, because you will see some things also a little bit different than you might think at first. The art is I think I like the it's more the kind of simple way with details I like about this about the art, and it's I think what really speaks to me is the way everything is designed. I like the design of the city. I like the character designs. I really like the character design of the villain of the second chapter, even if it's something, again, it's something we have seen a lot, but not in this way. And I like there's one specific panel where we see a little bit more, or we see his head a little bit more closer, and I really like what they did there with the details. He's wearing a mask, and we see some of the details under the mask, and it's fantastically done. I can show you just one page so you know what I mean with the art style. But like I said, it's kind of your typical manga art style with in this case. But like I said, it has its own personality, and the details are really great. I appreciated it, and I think there will be some very interesting designs in the future. Like I said, I really like the villain design in the second part, and yeah, definitely looking forward where this comic is going. One thing I will say that might make or break this one for some people. It was also something at first glance I thought I won't like, and I would stop. This one has a lot of fan service in some case, so except panty shots, cleavage shots, and something like that. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not a big fan if that's overused. I can understand when artists do that, and I have no problem with that. Sometimes it's too much for me. Sometimes I can live with it. Just to say, if the story is fine, if the characters are fine, if there's some other things that can fascinate me with a story, then I can look over it. I have some guilty pleasures I have watched and I am reading where fan service is much more pronounced than here, and so yeah, this is just a warning for the people. Check out the first, let's say, 3-4 pages, and if you say that's it's something you can live with, then you might really enjoy this comic. If you say, oh my god, this is too much for me, then I would say you can try it, but I don't think you will enjoy it, especially when we come to chapter 2 at the moment. Then it might be a little bit too much for you, but yeah, it's just a small part of it that might make or break it for some people, but I would say definitely take a look at it. There is a lot of potential in the story, a lot of potential in the scenario, in the world to work with, and it's definitely one I will follow, and I really hope to do a revisit sometime after a year, just to take a look where it's standing then, if it really holding up, and yeah, where it's if it was able to work its own style out. Even, like I said, at the first glance, it was something that was maybe a little bit too much cliche for some people. So yeah, definitely try it out. I will leave the link down below, and yeah, if you think this is something you really enjoy and like, then there are a lot of ways to support this comic and the people behind, creators behind it. There's Patreon. You can give tips. You can, as always, vote for them. Just comment on their pages. There are always also novels you can buy from Midnight, and